A flavorful green bean soup crafted with assorted veggies, fresh herbs, and a zesty sour cream finish. Everyone always has second helpings of my Aunt Liz's tasty green bean soup recipe. A few years back, my cousins Darlene and Linda came to the cottage for a visit, and I was able to sit them down and ask them to share this recipe for my Aunt Liz's green bean soup. I have very fond memories of it. I think we've nailed it. The only thing left to do is for me to show you how to make it. It is so delicious. Beginning with green beans. You're gonna need about 2 pounds for the recipe. We're gonna trim and discard the stem end, leave the other end on, then cut each bean into 3 or 4 bite-sized bits. Now the prep for the rest of the veggies. 1 white onion, diced, 2 ribs of celery, sliced, 4 garlic cloves, they're finely diced, 3 yellow potatoes. I peeled them and am now dicing them. 3 carrots peeled and diced. Then 2 plum tomatoes, also diced. Last 2 prep items, fresh dill and fresh Italian flat leaf parsley, a 1/4 cup of each. They can go onto the cutting board together. We're gonna roughly chop them. Now with the veggies and herbs all set to go, let's head to stovetop and make a delicious soup. Soup pot on stovetop set to moderate heat. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of vegetable or extra virgin olive oil into the pot. When it shimmers, we're adding the onion. Add the celery and the diced garlic, stirred to combine. We're then gonna cover and cook for 3 minutes. We want those veggies to sweat and get soft. Next, seasoning, we need 1 tablespoon of paprika, sprinkle, then stir it in. We're also gonna add the diced tomatoes. The lid stays off, stir everything together. We're gonna cook for about 5 minutes. We want the tomatoes to release their juices and soften. Then we're gonna add the carrots, add the potatoes, and the stars of this recipe, those glorious green beans. Stir them in. Then we're adding 4 cups of water or vegetable broth. We think using vegetable broth in this recipe instead of water gives the soup more flavor. Why don't you try using vegetable broth and see what you think? We're then gonna cover the soup. It'll come to a boil. Then we're gonna add the chopped fresh herbs, and you can season the soup with kosher salt and black pepper. We're gonna cook for 5 minutes more until the veggies are all tender. Now the final step, and we're listing this in the recipe as optional because it includes dairy, but if you do decide to do it, it's gonna add a wonderful tanginess to the recipe. Watch. Using a 1 cup liquid measure, carefully scoop up a cup of broth from the pot over to your workstation, pour it into a canister or bowl. Then add 1/2 cup of sour cream, 1 tablespoon of unbleached all-purpose flour. I stir it in, but then I use an immersion blender to zip these 3 ingredients together before returning this flavor enhancer thickening agent to the pot. We're gonna stir it in, let it cook for 1 minute more, and we're ready to serve. Ladling into bowls, it is perfect, cool and cold weather fare. Look at those beans and all those veggies. Oh, but it's all about the flavor. Capital A for Aunt Liz. Amazing. Full recipe is up at weekendatthecottage.com. When you're visiting our website, please subscribe to it. Look for this video on our dedicated YouTube channel. You can subscribe to it as well. And then when soup is this sensational, take a picture of it. Post it on your favorite socials using hashtag weekendatthecottage on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. My Aunt Liz's delicious green bean soup recipe. Just as I remember, delicious. Hope you enjoy. Yay.